nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I could do, yeah, you will learn something new. If only I could be who I am. And if you want it could be so easy, just let me be who I am. I got the love for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. I got the love for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I could do, yeah, you will learn something new. If only I could be who I am. I got the love for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I could do, yeah, you will learn something new. If only I could be who I am. And if you want it could be so easy, just let me be who I am. I got the love for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my
I blame you for all the hurt and all the pain, all the sunshine and the rain. This feeling that I know you're giving me, no lies, you're loving me, hugging me, touching me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Step by step when you're moving in, when you come to the club and you're tuning in. Hold tight to your man cause I'm moving in. 4x4 with you cruising in. Boy, you got me feeling good. Won't you come on, baby? Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. Step by step when you're moving in, when you come to the club and you're tuning in. Hold tight to your man cause I'm moving in. 4x4 with you cruising in. Boy, you got me feeling good. Won't you come on, baby? Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. I blame you for all the hurt and all the pain, all the sunshine and the rain. This feeling that I know you're giving me, no lies, you're loving me, hugging me, touching me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Step by step when you're moving in, when you come to the club and you're tuning in. Hold tight to your man cause I'm moving in. 4x4 with you cruising in. Boy, you got me feeling good. Won't you come on, baby? Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. You know I want you, baby. Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby.
acting real nice. If you see us on the floor, you'll be watching all night. We ain't here to hurt nobody.
So give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
Wanna see you work your body.
So give it to me, give it to me, give it to me.
With the boys in the party, everybody put up their hands. I get a half a mil for my feet, you get a couple bricks. Never gon' see the day that I ain't got the upper hand. I'm respected from California, I ain't way down to Japan. I'm a real producer and you just a piano man. Your songs don't top the charts, I heard them, I'm not a fan. Niggas talking greasy, I'm the one that gave them their chance. Somebody need to tell them that they can't do it like I can.
Out my phone, but I really want you closer. Tell her I had to cut you off like I don't know her, 'cause it's over. Never thought that I would be here on my own. I had to delete all your pictures out my phone, but I really want you closer. Tell her I had to cut you off like I don't know her, be Bruce Lee. Plus a new thing, chatting about she wanna do me. But I had to swerve that cause I just wanna do me. I got a level up, always moving and I never stop. See me kiss the trophy, pick the medal up. Always getting better luck, I don't need no better luck. Cause I'm gone now, back to direction that I'll never look. Never thought that I would be on my own. I had to delete all your pictures out my phone, but I really want you closer. Said I had to cut you off like I don't know ya, cause it's over. Never thought that I still love you on my mind, so you got me thinking about you all the time. Yeah, I really want you closer. Said I had to cut you off like I don't know ya, cause it's over.
Alright then. Welcome everybody to the ERS Tier 2 Round 20 then for the sprint race here in Brazil. It's a longer one tonight on the Monday. Obviously normally with a short qualifying and 50% race, but today we have the sprint race as well. We had that 2 rounds ago, and now back in Brazil we have a sprint race once again. So a longer night for us here today, but 19 drivers to keep me company, and hopefully it's going to be a good one today. No Yala Boy in the commentary box, so you've just got me for today, but we are live from all 4 platforms and you can watch from any single one of them. But we're here for qualifying then, and majority of the drivers out on laps at the moment. Lagos, they're disqualified from the session already for blocking the pit lane, but ooh, ERS have got adverts in the stream now. Fancy. And 15 minutes of qualifying left then. 15 minutes on the clock, and already Lagos is out of the session. Cool Patrick going slowly, letting people through, and the first few drivers already on their laps. Walters on a flying lap. We'll see this guy just gone purple. It is Jack Twill up towards the line, the first time of the weekend then here in Brazil. And the Mercedes, foot to the floor across the line. It's the first time here today, and it will be a 1:09.2. It's not a bad effort at all for Mr. Twill, but we'll see the second Mercedes now to cross the line. We'll see if they're on a flying lap or if that's never mind, it's invalidated for the best, and he is across the line. More time to cross the line. It is Deadpool then to P2, 1:12.1. Not as quick as Jack Twill on that lap around, and now Psycho as well. Psycho towards the line. He will cross the line now and go to provisional pole then, 1:08.3. And these times will count for where they start in the sprint race today, not the main Grand Prix. 14 minutes of qualifying then. It is Nat Northern to P3. Nino P4. Walters, as we speak about him earlier on, goes up to P3. Then it is a Ferrari sandwich around Mr. Twill, who was up in P1 earlier. Dropped down 1 position to second place. Patrick is on a flying lap as well, and we'll see where he can put himself in the next few moments' time. Someone else has just gone up there. It is SFK to P2. Not a bad time for him. So it is Max then to overtake into P2. SF dropped down, and the Alpha Tauri up to P2 on that lap around. Patrick is one of the next drivers to cross the line, as well as a few more to cross the line just ahead of him. We'll see if anyone else can go quicker than him, but it is a Mercedes ahead who did invalidate last lap around, and now the Mercedes are the best across the line. It'll be P7 for him as we now go back to, what was he, Highton? Go over the line there, and to P5 it is a 1:09.5, not a bad effort on that go around here. Right then, 13 minutes of qualifying left. It is Max in second, flying past an Aston Martin just there, going around the final corner pretty much and heading up towards, well, the final few corners and heading up towards the line then here in Brazil. I've commentated on this race far too many times in the past few weeks. But it is still good to be here, and hopefully it's going to be a good race, good two races here. In towards the line, will that be a lap? Maybe it is. Heighton probably going into the pit lane now. Actually, 3% ERS and dives right to the left-hand side and into the pit lane he goes. But the best is heading up towards the final corners now. And up towards the line then, and he goes into the pit lane. Never mind hyping that one up too much, as there's an Alpine as well heading up towards the final few corners. It is Stein in the Alpine on an out lap and then going around the final corner pretty soon to start their flying lap. Marvin invalidated and across the line. Flying lap should be coming soon for him. The McLaren just comes behind that, and the McLaren of Finsick, I have no idea. It is quickest in the last sector though. Colin Finsick. And he does take himself up to P2. Not a bad effort at all for that one. Right then, 11 minutes of qualifying left on the clock. Lagos is out of the session, and at the back of the grid is Stein. We did just see Stein a flying lap, but we'll see if he can go any quicker. Actually, sorry, it's the first time of the weekend for him. We'll see what his first lap will be. It's quickest in the middle sector. Now, this is good for the Alpine. Can he try and replicate that the whole way through the lap as he heads across the line pretty soon? It's the Alpine to try and put a good time on the board, and it will be a 1:09.1 to P4, then got dropped down from Marvin, who crosses the line just later after that to P4. Stein down to P5 now after trying for P4, but having to concede just there. Deadpool improved by a second, but he's still only P13 for him. Patrick on a flying lap as well. Ghost out and out lap. Myth across the second sector now. It'll be 53 flat for him around the final few corners here in Brazil. And Myth is heading up towards the line in this McLaren. His teammates in second position. Can he get anywhere close to that then as he heads up towards the line here in Brazil? Qualifying, this is where he'll start in the sprint race, and it is P13. Not great, not bad. In between, really. It is Jack Twill P4 and goes 2/10 quicker on that lap around. Marvin P5. Stein in 6 as well, and there's a few drivers behind him in the pit lane. Nat Northern on an out lap, going around to start the flying lap now, I think, unless he goes into the pit lane. No, he doesn't. He carries on to start that flying lap. The best on in the mediums in the Mercedes car in the pit lane. Nino in P12 and starting a flying lap for the Haas car. Myth down on time by a fair amount there. Deadpool going into the pit lane, and as I mentioned earlier, Ghost was starting a flying lap, but it's not looking to be a good time so far. He is down on this time. The Mercedes on the outside there, letting the Aston Martin go through. And off the off-camber section of the track there, he's trying to control the car as best he can to try and get the best time out of these corners. It all matters going through this middle sector of the Brazilian circuit here. And it is Ghost across the second sector line. It is 9/10 down, and that will not be a good lap at all. He can't find 9/10 going around there. But Jack Twill is heading up towards the line as well, and that will not be a good lap at all. Nat Northern down by a 10th. There's no good laps going on at all at the moment. Nino on a good lap? I'm not too sure. Over the second sector, it's half a second quicker. This is a good lapping. It's probably a good lap because he's got the big toe from the Red Bull ahead of him. I don't know what's going on here, but the Red Bull's giving him a lovely toe then down the straight. The DRS enabled. The Red Bull goes into the pit lane. It all works like clockwork then as Nino across the line. It is 6/10 quicker, nearly 7/10, and he can take P8 from that time around there. That is not a bad effort at all then. You can decide for me, Jack. Should I do a last to first challenge or just do the quali? Do last the first, mate. I'd love to see that. Should do a Lewis Hamilton from 2020. 2021, sorry. Bjorn out of the session, and I did just make that decision for him, but he's out, and not because of any bad reason there. Oh, Deadpool into the wall, but he is out because he's going to try and do a last the first challenge in today's qualifying in today's sprint race. So we'll see if he can go ahead and do that one. I think it was Heighton across the line just there. Yes, it was Heighton to P7 on that lap around Walters up towards the line. The Ferrari then over the line. It is 1/10 quicker, not bad at all. And with 7 minutes on the clock for qualifying left, it is Psycho, quickest on track at the moment then from Finzik, then Max, SFK, Mr. Twill, Marvin, Heightenstein, Nino, Walters, Nat Northern, The Best, Myth, Deadpool, Boss, Paul Patrick and Ghost down at the back at the moment. Right then, go to cross the line, start their fast lap then. We've got 2 drivers out of qualifying. There's a car going slow there, Finsick and Max. With a lovely toe ahead of him, he heads across the line. Will it be a better time? It's 1 minute 8.7. It's a 1, nearly 2/10 improvement. It's 1 minute 8.5. Right then, now finally Stein with another lap. It's 1 minute. Oh my god, aneurysm. 1 minute 9.1. Now goes to a 3/10 improvement. 1 minute 8.7 and gets P4. It is 2/10 off P3. Not bad at all then for him. The Best on a flying lap just started now. Nat Northern just about starting his as well. Patrick is not on a lap at the moment. Myth on an out lap and Ghost. It's nearly 7/10 up on their lap, and they'll be able to move up just a little bit. We'll have to see if they can hold it throughout the end of this lap. Can they replicate what they've done so far in the remaining sections of this lap? Across the line then, it is 6/10 improvement, but stays in the same position. Psycho, the man who is 2/10 ahead of second place and on provisional pole, is coming out to try and rub it in everyone's faces and just create a bigger safety net for himself and see if he can stay ahead a bit longer. He goes right to it. Across the second sector line, he was down by a lot. Yeah, he's down by 9 seconds just there as well. Myth up by nearly a 10th as well. It is Deadpool across the line to start the flying lap. The Boss soon to start a flying lap as well. Ghost on a flying lap. And Psycho will be across that line pretty shortly. And he will be the first one to go on that faster lap. And never mind, he goes into the pit lane. And I'm not sure what happened there, but he's still on provisional pole, obviously, so should be all good for him so far. But if someone improves by 2/10 per second, meaning Finzik, well, then he's done for. Patrick is out of the session in that Alpine car. His teammate in P4 of Stein. Right then, nearing the end of this session, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Deadpool is up on time, then heading towards the end of this session. Over the second sector line, will he be improving even more? He is improving by a 10th. He went off the track there. That is going to slow him down a bit, but it is Mr. Cool Deadpool then up towards the line. What can Deadpool do as he heads up towards the final corners? And Finzik takes provisional pole, but can Deadpool move up there? No, he can't. He's 2/10 quicker, but Finzik is the man right now. Then 1 minute 8.1. That is lovely time, and he goes quicker than Psycho. Maybe if Psycho stayed out and put a better time on the board, he would have been all right to maintain that lead. But he hasn't been able to go ahead and do that. He's been overtaken by the McLaren, and now he's got to try and fight his best to get himself back up there. Still 2 minutes of qualifying. Two minutes to go. It is Finzik on provisional pole. Psycho second. Max in third. And he has invalidated on this lap around. Boss down on time by a lot. Jack Twill improving by half a tenth in the first sector. It is Nino improving by a tenth. And now across the line. Nino down by 2 tenths through that lap. The best down on time as well. Myth is on a flying lap. This is our only hope at the moment, and we'll see if Myth can go quicker as he heads towards the end of Sector 2 then here in Brazil. All of these times count towards where they start in the sprint race, and now it's Myth's time to try and get himself out of the bottom of the grid at the moment. He's in P14, he heads over the second sector line and nearly improving by 0.3 of a second. Finzik seems confident in his abilities. He is 0.2 between him and Psycho, and he retires in the top position. Now, what can Myth do across the line here in Brazil? It is P10, 1:9.2. That is not a bad effort at all. But the real question is, what can Psycho do then to try and get back and pass Finzik to rob that right back off him, and maybe take what's his. Max P3 at the moment and down by 13 seconds, and Nico's across the line now to go once again. Stein improving by a tenth and a half, nearly half a tenth, sorry. And then brakes and slows down. Jack Twill on a flying lap once again. Marvin. What can Marvin do? He's got Mercedes on the inside there waiting for him to go by. Hopefully he can go quicker than a 1:9.1 on this lap around. As we are heading towards the end of qualifying now, and Northern improving by nearly half a tenth on this lap around. We'll see what he can do as he heads towards the end of the middle sector. Red Bull, foot to the floor, 1/10 improvement pretty much then through there, and now he heads up towards the end of this lap. Qualifying is complete. The last few laps now we are waiting to get across the line. Northern with his foot pressed to the floor, the DRS flat wide open, and he heads across the line in the Red Bull. His final lap of the weekend, and he finishes in P11, 1:9.3. Not bad, not bad. Nino in P12. Walters down on time as well. Stein, is he up? This is our only hope. No, he's not. Is SFK up? Yes, he is by a little bit. And also, Titan out there. We've got 2 more laps to watch on. We might even have Deadpool as well. Never mind, Deadpool slowed down. Titan and SFK. Last few laps of today's qualifying, and SFK is going quickest in the middle sector. Now this is a bit of hope then towards the end of the session here, as the Williams with a 1:9 flat is going to cross the line pretty soon, and he goes up to P5 then. Not a bad effort at all. The Titan goes up to P4, just up ahead of that one. And that'll be your qualifying complete, ladies and gentlemen. Psycho, after being in top for so long, is second. The man who takes provisional pole, and pole position, my bad, is Finzik, the McLaren driver, who I've actually not seen before. So it is nice to see a new guy on the top. Right then, coming up now, finishing results for the qualifying session here in Sao Paulo. Sprint race up next, the Grand Prix after that, and finishing results are Finzik on pole then from Psycho, from Max in third. Then comes Highton, SFK, Stein, The Boss, Jack Tuo and Marvin. Then to round off your top 10 is Myth in P10. Everybody, it is the sprint race next and the Grand Prix just after that.
I got good loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I could do, yeah, you will learn something new. And for me, I could be who I am. And if you want it could be so easy, just let me be who I am. I got good loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. I got good loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I could do, yeah, you will learn something new. And for me, I can be who I am. I got loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I could do, yeah, you will learn something new. And for me, I can be who I am. And if you want it can be so easy, just let me be who I am. I got the love for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my
I blame you for all the hurt and all the pain, all the sunshine and the rain. This feeling that I know you're giving me, no lies, you're loving me, hugging me, touching me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Step by step when you're moving in, when you come to the club and you're tuning in. Hold tight to your man cause I'm moving in. 4x4 with you cruising in. Boy, you got me feeling good. Won't you come on, baby? Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. Step by step when you're moving in, when you come to the club and you're tuning in. Hold tight to your man cause I'm moving in. 4x4 with you cruising in. Boy, you got me feeling good.
Right then, everybody, we're all ready for the sprint race. It is Psycho who's still out ahead in first, then Max trying to go down the inside. He's already been T-bowed by his teammate. He's gone round, and it is the two AlphaTauris that make contact at the start of this sprint race here today. 12 laps ahead of us, and Psycho, after starting in second, is already up to P1. Fince dropping down at the start. SFK still in the same position as he was. Nino in P4. Marvin P5, and this is carnage at the back. Everybody side by side. Myth trying to go down the inside of Patrick. Here can he try and get down the inside of the Alpine. The Alpine with a bit of an iffy move there, and he has to try and move it the way. Myth has to try and move it the way of the back side of him there. Nearly making contact, but now we're heading up towards the end of this first lap. And to conclude it, we head on to the second one pretty soon. It is the best getting overtaken by Björn. He's also got the Red Bull just behind him. Now, what is going to happen down into turn one? Everybody challenging each other then is Nat Northern. Already trying to get down the inside there. There's the Mercedes trying to get down the inside of the Aston Martin. And down the inside of the Red Bull is the Haas of Lagos then, who got disqualified in qualifying. And already trying to get back up then. Lagos now has got the run out of this corner and heading up towards the next few turns here. The Haas trying to send it down the inside. He does take it from the Red Bull. He has to concede in the Haas of Lagos. He's up to P12 on that time around. The best then trying down the inside of the Mercedes, the McLaren. Even nearly making contact. They do make a bit of contact there. And back again through that corner. The number 19 hits the Red Bull. The McLaren even. Not even a Red Bull. I don't know what I'm saying. And it's carnage, carnage, carnage through there. Fince then. Back again leading the race from Psycho from SFK. Jaxwell then being overtaken by Nino. Sorry, Jaxwell overtaking Nino into this corner. And he is up and through to P4. Nino now down to P5. Marvin's on the backside of him pretty soon. Might be an overtake between them two. But there's definitely an overtake between Lagos and Deadpool at the moment. Side by side. And the Haas has got the advantage down the inside. Can he send it? Yes, he can. But how long can he keep that for? He can keep it through these first few corners in. Back again down the inside, he switches back, it's Deadpool who just about gets back through. And up to P11 he takes for now. Marvin and Nino. Nino down the inside on the mediums, the Haas sending it. I saw one Haas sending it earlier on, now the other one is sending it as well. And up to P5 he gets through, and lovely, lovely move from him. It is Björn on a Leicester first, and from 8th at the moment, sorry, from at the back, now to 8th. Björn now on the backside of Walters, lap 3 out of 12 of the sprint race. Main race obviously after, and Björn down the inside now of Walters. Can he try and get through simultaneously? It is Psycho and Finsk as well going side by side, but it's the Aston Martin with balls of steel then sending it down the inside. He sends it. Can he come out ahead? Completely different thing what he doing. Up to P7 then. Ahead of Walters now. The Haas, really iffy out of there, but it's nothing for Lagos as he managed to keep it. And it is Patrick, P14, and staying back for now, Nat Northern. P15, it is Ghost 16 as well, and down the inside sends it the Alpine Cool Patrick, has got the Red Bull pushing on from the backside of him. Nat Northern trying his best to overtake the Alpine there, but there's nothing that comes out of it from there. Mr. Ash Barker in the chat, how you doing, mate? It is good to see you. And we need to get a few more in the Jack Frosty comms. Everyone in the ERS, in the ERS stream at the moment. Right then, lap 5 out of 12 of the sprint race. Ash Barker in the chat. Very quiet here tonight. Where was you last night? I was rooting for Yo. I've been very busy on Sundays, mate. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to carry on Zero on Sundays, but I'm going to have to try and see what I can do. Whoa, if he had it there then. The AlphaTauri nearly taking himself off the track, and now we have some pit stops. Nino in the pits. It is ERS and Lagos, and also AlphaTauri having a bit of a battle coming out of turns 1 and 2 on lap 6 out of 12. There's more battles going on simultaneously. There's so many. 3 abreast then going into there. It is the McLaren, the Red Bull, and the Alpine all battling ahead. Cool. Deadpool then having to concede, and it is Stein and Myth now. The battle between these two continuing to go on. It's the battle for 9th, more importantly, and we'll see how well this one goes. We also have the battle up ahead. Sprint races always produce lovely battling. And we have Finsk and Psycho. These two been squabbling away all race. And now back again. The same thing once more. Psycho now trying down the inside of Finsk. It is the Ferrari taking back what is his then down the inside. Can he try and maintain that lead? Yes, he can. And Psycho takes the lead of the sprint race then here in Brazil. But how long for? Number 19 of Psycho is trying his best to hold on to that one. But Finsk is trying to fight back. Then he's going to put his car down the inside pretty soon. Has he got the balls for it? Yes, he has. He sends it then down the inside. That one came out of nowhere. Taking back what is his. He goes off the track. Switchback comes into play for Psycho. And he's back ahead and leading the Grand Prix, the sprint race here today. Lagos and Ghost then as well. Having a bit of a battle. Ghost up ahead. And also up ahead of that one, it is Max, Patrick and Northern. Still battling ahead. And Björn, who was doing a last to first, has gone from last all the way to third then in this sprint race. And he is gaining on the backside of Finsk and Psycho, but we'll see if he can do that before the end of the sprint race. 4 laps to go in this, and then obviously we have the 30 odd lap race coming on after that. I think it's 30 odd lap. Stein and Myth, 9 and 10, the battle that's been brewing up this whole time, and now Myth on the backside of the Alpine. Can we see an overtake before the end of this sprint race? They've been going at it the whole time, and we've not really seen too much apart from a bit of scrapping, but not really any overtakes. And now, could Myth try and take this opportunity to get through? Up towards the start-finish straight then. Lap 9 out of 12. Just gone on to that lap, and it is Myth now gaining on Stein. Now finally, moves are happening, and Myth down the inside of the Alpine. The move has happened. He's got through, and he's managed to maintain it into turn 1. That is what we like to see. And Myth now up to P9. And next overtake is the best, but he is 3.3 seconds down the road. Cool, Patrick, 3-second time on the team. I'm going to check this Twitch chats and stuff really quickly, actually. So I'm not ignoring anybody. Yala Boy was in the YouTube earlier on. Hope you're still there, mate. It's good to see you. Ooh, sending down the inside is Max then on Deadpool. Now the Red Bull of Northern as well, trying to get in the backside of that one. His teammate ahead, he's looking a bit like he's struggling at the moment. And his teammate's trying to pick up on the pieces as soon as he possibly can. Then going up towards the... Is it the 11th lap? Yes, it is. 10th lap even of today's Grand Prix. And it's Psycho, Finzik, Björn, SFK, Jack Twill, Marvin, Walters, the best, Myth, Stein, Max, Northern. The list goes on, everybody. It is lap 10 out of 12 then, going on to the 11th lap pretty soon. Could we see some more overtakes before the end of this Grand Prix? These two having a battle. Patrick and Ghost then. Patrick, the man leading. Not Ghost, sorry. Lagos, the man behind. Having a battle with him. Oh, nearly spinning his car around at the end of that corner there, but he managed to save it in pursuit of the Alpine car then. Boss at the back, he's having a horrible race so far. It is Nino 18, Iton 17, Lagos 16 then, hunting down Patrick. Ghost is on his own really. Northern is on the backside of his teammate, and his teammate is on the backside of Max, but he's pulling ahead down the road, and these aren't pulling ahead. Then Myth is on the backside of Stein and sending that McLaren down the inside. He gets the move done before turn 1, and that is a clean overtake then on the final few laps of this Grand Prix, the penultimate lap of this sprint race, I must say. And now heading back up to the front runners, it is Psycho, Finzik, Björn. Still the same as last lap around, and now on the penultimate lap we are heading towards the end of this sprint race, and more importantly the end of this lap. Björn on Finzik on the final lap of today's sprint race then here in Brazil. The Aston Martin, who's been gunning for that last of first then, he's already gone and overtake Finzik just there, and he's got the Ferrari 2.6 seconds down the road. Is he capable of gaining that time before the end of this sprint race? It is possible. We'll have to see what Psycho can do. Can he try and stay on form, or is he going to make a mistake towards the end of this lap? I don't know if 2.4 seconds can be made up in this lap, but if he could, that would be brilliant for Björn for the last of first, because he called it as well. But he is gunning for this, and with the gap between them, I don't think it's possible then towards the end of this sprint race. Psycho has had a lovely race. So has Finzik, to be fair, and SFK and Jack Twill. The majority up and ahead as the final lap is about to come to an end in the sprint race. Ready to conclude then. As Psycho up towards the line, Björn couldn't do enough then to get the overtake done, get the last of first done before the end. But Psycho is the man to win it all here today then for the sprint race to take the win here in Brazil. Then from Björn in second, who went from last to second place on the grid, to Finzik in third. SFK then in the Williams to round it off in 4. Jack Twill to follow him just behind that in 5th. Maybe P4 actually on penalties, never mind, no, Lagos P3. Marvin then to take the 6th position. Walters 7, it is the best then across the line. P8, Stein P9. And Max to round off the top 10 for the sprint race. Moving down, and there's Myth, Northern, Deadpool after that, Ghost coming after that, and then it's Nino finally heading up towards the line pretty soon. Ooh, Lagos. Headed across the line now. Right then, everybody, Grand Prix is up next.
I got good loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I could do, yeah, you will learn something new. And for me, I could be who I am. And if you want, it could be so easy. Just let me be who I am. I got good loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. I got good loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I can do, yeah, you will learn something new. And for me, I can be who I am. I got good loving for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my head. Maybe the things I can do, yeah, you will learn something new. And for me, I can be who I am. And if you want, it can be so easy. Just let me be who I am. I got good love for you, and I got nothing to prove. Give me permission to lose my
I blame you for all the hurt and all the pain, all the sunshine and the rain. This feeling that I know you're giving me, no lies, you're loving me, hugging me, touching me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Da, 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 da. You're giving me, you're giving me. Step by step when you're moving in, when you come to the club and you're tuning in. Hold tight to your man 'cause I'm moving in. 4x4 with you cruising in. Boy, you got me feeling good. Won't you come on, baby? Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby. Step by step when you're moving in, when you come to the club and you're tuning in. Hold tight to your man 'cause I'm moving in. 4x4 with you cruising in. Boy, you got me feeling good. Won't you come on, baby? Boy, you got me feeling good. You know I want you, baby.
Right, everybody, and finally for the Grand Prix, we are away. It's lights out, and away we go. Psycho then already down the inside. He's got a better start than last time around. It is Björn in second from last, obviously, in the sprint race, all the way to second, and now fighting with Finzik in third. And how well can he hold on to this one? Björn couldn't take first position then in the sprint race. That's exactly what he wanted, and now this is his best opportunity to try and take that away from Psycho in today's Grand Prix. Finally, we have 36 laps of racing ahead of us, and Björn is on the backside of Psycho already. Cool Patrick, 5-second time penalty already, but Björn is hunting down Psycho in the Ferrari already on the first lap out of 36, and we'll see if he's capable of getting that overtake done as we head up towards the final few corners then, and the end of the second sector really here in Brazil. Not a bad start for Psycho at all. Definitely better than last race round. And Björn now is hunting down Psycho the best he possibly knows how to. And now on the backside, he couldn't do it in sprint race. Now for the Grand Prix, Björn wants to take it away then. He's going to try and take it away from the Psycho. He's going to try and push him down into turn 1. Björn's going to take the outside line. It's bold, and he can't do it for now, but the switchback comes into play, and he still can't get through. Past there, the Ferrari still holding on to first position. Björn now with his second shot. Psycho knows he's being hunted down. He moves to the inside to try and defend it. It's working for him so far, but it's all bringing Finzik back into play. Finzik hitting him from behind. Björn is lucky that he's still in the race there. Lagos is out. Will that be a safety car on the second lap out of 36? No, it will not. We are still racing. Lagos is out of the session then. Dropping down the positions. Jack, I think you need to give your stream your Wi-Fi reboot before the next stream. You do seems to have lag onto it. Thanks for telling me, mate. It might be because of all the different things I'm streaming on, to be fair. To be honest with you, I've got no idea. But if it's laggy, I'll definitely do that, yeah. Sorry about that. Hopefully it's not too unbearable. But Psycho, the man, still leading them from Björn in second. And he is still holding on to this, but the gap is 0.6 of a second. Right then, lap 3 out of 36. Psycho, Björn, Finzik, Jexwell, SFK, Stein, Walters. Then, ooh, what a bit of a battle then. The McLaren of Myth trying to send it down the inside. He is sending it, pushing him off the track. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton kind of move. And the McLaren up for now, but then it's the Ferrari that really sends it down the inside, and the Ferrari is up and ahead then. Right then, heading on to the start-finish straight. Psycho still leads them. Björn now 5/10 the gap. Can he try and gain? It's Finzik, quickest on the backside at the moment, and SFK on the backside of Stein. Could we see an overtake between these two as we head on to the second straight here then? It is possible, as the Williams of SFK is behind Stein, but nothing's coming out of that one so far, and Stein's reasonably ahead there to not get an overtake sorted. Somebody that is quite behind though, quite close behind even, is Björn. Now 2/10. It was 6/10, 5/10, now 2/10. He is gaining on Psycho. Like I mentioned, he couldn't do it in the sprint race. But he could well do it in the Grand Prix. He's got a whole 32 laps of this Grand Prix to go to try and get this overtake done and dusted, and he's already on the verge of doing it on the 4th and 5th lap then of this Grand Prix. Björn then, he didn't get a good corner out of there compared to Psycho, and he's on the backside still. He is gaining though, heading down to turn 1. Now has he got the confidence to send it down the inside? Is Psycho even going to leave the inside open for him? No, he won't. Psycho blocks up the inside there for him. Björn trying back again with a switchback, but once again not working, with a better exit out of there though. This could be the time where he gets through. Will Psycho try and defend back again down the inside? Yes, he will. Björn now trying to stick it around the outside, heading down into here, and he gets through. And in the sprint race, after doing a last to second position, couldn't get the last to first done. He got last to second. Finally takes first position in the Grand Prix. Björn is rapid and on a roll then in today, and he is up into P1. He's got to try and keep Psycho, Finzik, Jack Twill all at bay. If he can do that, it'll be his Grand Prix to take. Anyway, I'm going to speak. Anybody in the stream chat? Any questions you've got? I'll be more than happy to answer them even. In the YouTube chat, someone said, "Do you think Björn will win?" I don't want to jinx it, mate, but I'd absolutely love him to win. To be fair, Lagos got put into the wall by his teammate. Not great, not great at all. Ash Barker says, Björn's got some lovely lines, I'm impressed. Same, mate. He's got some lovely, lovely lines, and it's clearly working out for him. Because 4 temps now the gap between him and Finzik, and he's putting away a little bit. Psycho now dropped down to P3. And behind that is Walters and Myth having a battle. Myth down the inside of Walters. Can he try and get the position done and dusted? Walters on the outside, Myth on the inside now as Walters, the Ferrari, just gets up and through to P7. And exactly what he wanted to go ahead and do, that is 30 laps to go in today's Grand Prix then. Cool, Patrick has got Boss in his sights. Boss moves to the inside. You know he's being hunted down, so he defends early so he can try and keep that position. It works brilliant for him then. Is up and ahead. It is still Björn, Finzik, Psycho, Jack Twill, Stein, and it's all the same as last lap around. Nothing seems to be changing. Apart from this one then is Walters and Myth. Myth with the inside line there. That shows a switchback can work through there. And Myth up to P7 then on Walters. These two keep having these battles, and it is lovely for us to watch and commentate on. Lagos is out. Northern is the guy in 17. It is Heighton, the guy, sorry, at the back of this grid and the back of the Grand Prix, everybody. He is last. And with 28 laps to go, front runners all still the same. Finzik isn't dropping away from Bjorn. But Bjorn is managing to stay ahead then in the Aston Martin. It's all working out for him still at the moment. Patrick's gone round then on the last few corners here in Sao Paulo and now bringing himself back onto the track as soon as he can. Oh yeah, also, if you're still in there, Ash, as we see a battle going on here, Walters back again, trying down the outside of Myth. Yeah, Ash, if you're still there. On Thursdays, obviously I know the season ended for GFR. Barefoot said he wanted to keep me on, but do you know, like, when the new season's actually starting? Heighton, 3-second time penalty. Marvin and Ghost, 13 and 14. It is the Aston Martin of Ghost who has got Marvin ahead of him. Then the best. And it's an Aston Martin sandwich. Sorry. Never mind. I thought they were two of the same cars. Never mind. Patrick with the penalty there is now gaining Walters on Myth once again. Walters down the inside. He'll send it, but Myth with a better break-in on the outside manages to just stay ahead through there, and it was Deadpool with a 3-second penalty earlier on, my bad. Something's cracked off at the back. Yellow flags came out of the session. Came out for the session there. But Björn copying what Ash Barker saying earlier on, has got some nice lines, and that maybe contributes to how he's nearly 8 tenths ahead of Finzik now going down the straight. Obviously that gap's going to come down now, but he is ahead and a bit further up the road than he was earlier on, which is all good for Finzik for now. As now Björn with not a good exit out of there. He's got to now deploy all his ERS then to try and stay ahead of Finzik. He wants to take this, he really does. And Finzik is the man to try and ruin it all for him. The 10th lap out of 36. And Björn has to use nearly all his ERS then to stay ahead of Finzik. Going down there, and he is still ahead, but maybe not for long here today then. Oh, Heighton off the track, P17, and down at the moment. Yellow flags are out because of that one. Lap 11 out of 36 here in this Grand Prix. Björn still leading, Finzik second, and the gap is now half a second in today's Grand Prix between first and second, and we'll see how long that stays for because the gap keeps coming down as Finzik gains and gains and gains on the back side of him. Marvin at the back is Psycho with a 3-second time penalty. Lap 11 going on to lap 12 of 36 here in Brazil. We've had the sprint race. We've had qualifying. Now we have the Grand Prix, and it is Björn, I wouldn't say dominating at the moment, but he has dominated in the sprint race after going last to second, which is very impressive, and actually called it pretty much as Northern P15, and then now Patrick dropping down to 16 at the end of that one just there. Finzik gaining on Björn. It is Psych on the backside of that one as well, and Finzik with a shocking exit out of there, and it's not going to help him at all. Psycho might be able to gain a bit on that one, but Björn is the man that benefited the most out of that one, and up to P1 he still stays, and now the gap is come down, but it's not come down as much as it normally would at the well, down there. Let's check some of the chats, shall we? Nothing really has changed in the chats. If anyone's still there, don't be shy to say hello. Be nice to hear from you. We've got the most even in the ERS Twitch at the moment. As the stream hits the hour mark. Stream goes ahead and hits the hour mark indeed. Marvin down at the back. Björn now leading still from Finzik, from Psycho. The top three all still the same then on the 13th lap out of 36 here in the Grand Prix. And these three still battling ahead. It is the same as always with these guys. And Walters now on the backside of Boss. It was Myth and Walters. And Myth has clearly managed to pull ahead of it. Deadpool 3-second time penalty then. Coming out of there is now Walters gaining on Boss. Myth went through. Now Walters gets through then. Up to P9 and next he's got to try and gain back again on Myth, but he might even get overtaken by Boss again because that was a shocking exit out of there then for Walters. Nothing really going on around the track at the moment, but there is the Red Bull on the back side of Goshen sending it on the inside. That was nice. And the Red Bull a bit iffy on the exit there, and he hits the side of the car, but he gets through up to P15. Ghost gets through up to P14 and stays ahead of Northern down in P15 and dropping back as well. Now heading down the main straight, we have a few drivers, nothing really going on between them, but it is Boss on the back side of Walters. Boss back again down the inside of the Ferrari. But the Ferrari's too quick for him around the outside and manages to hold it for now. But the Alfa Romeo is still trying to get a piece on this one. SFK 3-second time penalty then in today's Grand Prix. And now Stein on Jack Twirl as Jack Twirl decides to make the bold decision to go in the pit lane. So does Finzik. And we'll see stops now, actually. Finzik, Northern, Heighton, Marvin. Pit stops across the board for them. Tim in the ERS, good evening. Hello, mate, it's good to see you. Don't think I've seen you around here before, so it's nice to see you here today. Lap 15 out of 36 then, everybody. Björn Man still leading from Psycho from Stein now, as they haven't pitted in today's race. A few drivers have, and the pit stops are going to start to come in pretty soon now. Cool Patrick down in 18 and out of the fight, I should say. As you got the Aston Martin and Psycho as well, gaining on the backside. And this must be a bit intimidating, seeing these two flying up and through. As now with Psycho's gaining up on the backside of Björn. Björn's gaining on the backside of the back marker, as he just flies straight through him, and so does Psycho. And that is easy stuff for them two. Stein, 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And it is stream hitting 1 minute 5 pretty soon. And I said 30 laps earlier on. Now 20 to go in this Grand Prix. Pit stops are going to start to come in pretty soon. Stein on his title. It is ERS moving past the drivers in the pit lane. Walters in the pit lane. Northern in the pit lane. Just pulling into the box now and putting the hard compound tyres on from the softs there. Going on to lap 17. Now as Björn decides to pit. Will Psycho follow him in? No, he doesn't. Björn with the 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's going to change it up a lot then. Never mind actually, because let me have a look. 3 seconds for Psycho. 3 seconds for SFK. But Psycho is yet to pit in today's Grand Prix. Now, is that a good idea or is that a bad idea? As Björn went in, Björn has put on the hard compound tyres. There's now these two having a battle as well. The Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri. As the AlphaTauri gaining on the Ghost. And can he get an overtake before the next corner? Lap 17 out of 36 we sit on. As Psycho now the man leading. Obviously he didn't pit SFK. No pit stop for him either. Psycho's gone round again. He seems his tyres are seeming to be alright then. Finzik obviously pitted. Björn has got Finzik ahead of him, who pitted a lap earlier on. Finzik now on the backside of SFK. He needs to get a pit stop pretty soon because he's been overtaken by the drivers who have already pitted. This isn't great at all for SFK. Marvin with a 3-second time penalty. Björn now on the backside of Finsk, who did pit a lap before him, so Björn's tyres are younger and fresher by a lap. Psycho, still not pitted. Let me just say, SFK might go into the pit lane, but Björn and Finzik now having a battle of their own. Björn down the inside of Finzik, the guy that pitted a lap before him. Björn needs to try and get through if he can. He's now on the backside of him and on the back foot as well as Björn goes quickest. He now sends it down the inside of Finzik, and what a move that was. He gets it done and dusted through the corner, and he's up and through to P2 on that lap around. Can Finzik fight back? Yes, he can. Finzik sending down the inside, and Finzik is backing through. Past him just now. I think Ash is back in the chat now. If you are there, mate, I was going to ask you earlier on Thursdays. I know the season's ended, but do you know when the season's actually starting back again? For GFR. Lap 19 out of 36. And it is Finzik and Björn still going at it then on this lap around. Björn trying to gain on the backside of Finzik. He did get through past him earlier on, but Finzik wasn't having any of it and got right back through and it passed him there. 16 laps to go in today's Grand Prix, and Björn is now gaining on Finzik. Can he get the move done once and for all then as he sends it around the outside, and for now he's through. He got through before the point where he got through past him last lap around, so it is a good sign as Björn up to P2 and now trying his best to gain up towards Psycho, who is yet to pit today. I believe it to be the 29th of February. Alright, mate. Just means that I've got... Because I think Barefoot said he wanted me back. So, just means that I've got a few Thursdays to do absolutely nothing then until that gets started, which will be quite nice to have a bit of a break. But it is the best then, sending it around the outside of Max, and Max just gets through down the inside, exactly what he wanted to do. What he got there for him, what he wanted to get out of that one is exactly what he got. And Psycho is now the man still leading, and he still is yet to pit in today's race. SFK, another man still yet to pit on at them hards. Northern with a 3-second time penalty. A few drivers with penalties. It is Psycho now. Oh, if you're on the exit there, these mediums might just be about to give in then for Psycho SM in the Ferrari. Will he decide to go into the pit lane this lap around? We'll see if he hooks the inside wall. If he does, that means he's probably going in. Highton with a 5-second time penalty. It is looking like he's going in, and he is going in. Psycho then into the pit lane here in Brazil. With a gap of 12 seconds to Finzik and Björn as well. They head around the final corner. Boss with a 3-second time penalty. Finzik and Björn have stayed out long enough and had a lovely, lovely few laps of racing to now overtake Psycho. Now we'll see how many seconds they can gain ahead before Psycho comes out of that pit lane. Finzik leading the Grand Prix, but Björn is gaining. He wants this really badly. We know he might just try and send it down the inside if he can. But Finzik defends the inside. Now back again, the switch back. We've seen this many times with these drivers here today, but it didn't work out for him just there. Björn is trying his best to get through and up towards Finzik, but for now, nothing is coming out of it. A 22nd lap out of 36. Not too many to go. 14 laps to go. And now, heading up towards the line, it is Björn on Finzik. I'm getting tired of saying it. I'm like a broken record, but back again, Björn down the inside. This could be it once and for all then. He sends it on the McLaren. We've seen the McLaren is good at getting back up ahead and through. Will he be good at doing it here today then on this certain occasion? Björn leading. Björn still leading. And Björn ahead then into this corner, and that is where he got overtaken last time. Is with 13 laps. That's a question to be answered in 13 laps time. Deadpool trying to send it on Nino. It's Nino on the inside now, or Nino in the pit lane, my bad. And Nino goes in. Obviously, Psycho pitted earlier on. There's 5.1 seconds now between him and Finzik. He is on the softs. The soft compound tyres. He's going quickest in the middle sector. I'm not sure if these are going to last till the end, but he's going to try his best. And I respect that, 'cause Psycho now, red Ferrari, red tyres on that car, all go together brilliantly as he now heads up towards the start-finish straight. And on time, you can see that he's gaining, but only by a small margin, to be fair, on these softs. You think he'd be gaining a bit more, but he is still gaining on Finzik and Björn, both Finzik and Björn. Walters on the backside of Deadpool. Enjoy a couple of weeks off. I'll be coaching some drivers and GFR, so I may join you in the comms box one day. Give some insights, that might be good. I'd definitely enjoy that, mate. If you could go ahead and do that, that'd be really good. We'll have to arrange a date one day to try and do that. But yeah, I'll definitely take you up on that offer. That'd be really good. Deadpool dropping back on Walters then. He's P11 at the moment. To be fair, mate, Ash, I mean, I was, I don't know if you know, let me think, what, I don't know if you've heard of, you probably know Rose commentary. Well, he asked me if I wanted to do some esports tournaments with him on, I think it was Thursday, so I might be able to do that the next couple of weeks. But to be fair, I might just go ahead and take some time off because, you know, give my voice a bit of a break. Oh, spun round then. Deadpool in P16. Oh, and he's gone round onto that awkward piece of the track there and back on now in P17. That is not what he wanted at all. Heighton with the 3-second time penalty. As now the 25th lap out of 36. There's 11.